All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Stripes here.
Circle here. A little circle symbol right there, you know?
Circle gets a square.
It's a Roxy shirt. 1990, established in 1990.
That was
Mountains and
so
Lakes.
long ago.
Mountains. I know. Seriously, not at all.
Established 1990 when I was like, really? Was it just a few years ago?
Seriously.
35.
Roxy's like a young company. What the heck?
All right. Thank you so much for watching. We're done looking at the sweater for as long as that took. Holy cow. And we are checking out Jimmy Carr. Talking about what?
Riskiest Jokes, Volume 1.
You know, more than likely some of these jokes we've heard. I'm guessing it's a compilation, but I can't imagine we've heard all the jokes. Because who's really heard all the jokes? I mean, come on.
I mean, technically, he has heard all the jokes that he shares.
I don't even know if that's true. Not in a parallel universe. If you like our reaction away, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. Paused. No, I meant his jokes. He's aware of
you can say his 15 more times. But in a different universe, he hasn't heard his jokes from some other version of Jimmy Carr.
We're not in, like, the Spider-Verse.
That's why I just said parallel universe. And you came back with, but his jokes.
Oh, I guess I just don't listen to you.
To accentuate something. If she thinks you don't understand, she just says it louder and slower.
I'm tired. I wasn't listening.
Here we go.
Wetting your bed is embarrassing as a child, but as an adult, wetting a child's bed is mortifying.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
It's almost impossible to explain that shit away. I bought a rape alarm because I kept on forgetting when to rape people. They're bloody marvellous. When I was a kid, I was scared of the dentist.
Bloody marvellous.
He was a paedophile. I suppose that begs the question, how many fillings did he give me? Islamic fundamentalist sex dolls. Do they blow themselves up? In Palestinian passports under occupation, do they just put Israel? That joke is only there to test where the Guardian readers are sitting. No further questions, back to the knob gags. I met an incredible girl on the internet. Smart, sexy, uninhibited. Of course, it turned out to be a 12-year-old paraplegic boy. I'll be honest, the sex was disappointing. Oh, I think we've reached a barrier there, haven't we? And we will laugh at that and nothing more. Well, fair enough. I don't want to make a big deal of this, but I recently adopted a newborn African child. He was just £7, plus postage and packing. That's how they get you. If only they'd put holes in that box. And that is the joke, interestingly, that Richard Curtis said was a bit much for the comic relief gig. When I was younger, I couldn't talk to women because I was hiding in their wardrobes masturbating. Would have totally given it away. You didn't see that coming, did you? Oh, I've written a rom-com. I wanted to tell you about this. I've written a romantic comedy. It's about a guy and a girl. Classic. Yeah? Initially, they hate each other. Classic. But they end up in bed together. Classic. It's called The Rapist. Did you see the story about Gary Glitter? There was a GCSE music question about Gary Glitter. How bad's that? How bad's that? A GCSE music question about a Gary Glitter song. Because if there's one artist you don't want associated with the phrase, shh, turn over, you've got an hour.
Don't understand that too.
We don't know who he is.
I should probably leave Glitter alone. He just wants to settle down and have kids. I said to my girlfriend, I said, you want to experiment with a role-play rape fantasy? She said, no. I said, that's the spirit. Rape is such a horrible word, though. It's such a harsh, brutal, awful word. Rape. That's why I prefer to call it a struggle snuggle. couldn't stay mad at a struggle, Snugglers, could you? Bloody adorable. A lot of people like to smoke cigarettes after sex, but you can't buy cigarettes until you're 16, so I have to get them for both of us.
Cigarettes after sex is a great band, though.
You think it's wrong I'm buying a 15-year-old girl cigarettes? You think it's wrong I'm f***ing her? I'm kidding. Kidding does sound like a verb for child abuse, doesn't it? I'm kidding. Are you joking or touching kids? Obviously, it's a family show. I've noticed a thing, I go out to see a lot of comedy shows, and I've noticed a thing, comics tend to do their best stuff right at the end of the gig, and then they leave the audience wanting more. It sounds good, doesn't it? But it doesn't make any sense. Because you, the audience, are left wanting more, and the comedian has f***ed off. That doesn't make any sense, so what I'd like to do, because I've given it some thought, I'd like to torpedo this gig with some very unpleasant jokes that will offend and upset you all. Yeah. And then you can all leave thinking, thank that's over. You're welcome. Let's begin. If women are so good at multitasking, is it too much to ask? Tickle my balls while you work the shaft. Half a joke, half public service announcement. I often get asked, are you ever going to get married? I don't think I ever will get married. I mean, you can't get married at 16 without parental consent. And that's not going to happen. They still think she's dead.
Oh, gosh.
That's an unfortunate reaction, because that's only there to warm you up for this one. Did you all read that story about the girl that was kidnapped and kept in squalid conditions for 18 years? Did you read that story? Was I the only one that read that story and thought, 18 years in squalid conditions? Have a tidy round. Make a house a home, you lazy bint. Say what you like about the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They can work to a deadline.
Wow.
It's only words, nothing bad's happened. It's not like I've drop-kicked a kitten into an orphan's face. Once, I did that once. And it was funny, but you sort of had to be there. I think I've sorted out the credit crunch. I thought you'd be pleased. No, I genuinely, I think I've sorted out the credit crunch. You know what the problem is with the credit crunch, as I, in layman's terms, okay? The trade, the turnover, the cycle of business isn't happening in the way it was because businesses and banks and countries have gone bust and no one trusts each other. So how are we going to repair this? How are we going to get things started again, get that virtuous circle up and running? I'll tell you what we do. We build a World Trade Center. I can see you sat there with your arms crossed thinking that's going to be a big building. We're going to have two of them. I saw the chief of the New York City Police on the news. He said, we will never forget 9/11. I thought, what's your home, not your phone number.
Wow.
I do love doing these gigs. I mean, I'm so glad I recorded the DVD in Glasgow, but these gigs, just the fact that everyone sort of shares a sense of humour, that's such a sort of special thing. Everyone appreciates as well. Everyone gets it. Everyone in this room gets the fact it's just jokes. We're just messing around, trying to have a laugh together. It's just messing, you know. These jokes aren't who I am. I'm actually, I mean, in the real world, I'm quite a generous sort of person. So I realise that makes me sound like a dick. But, you know, I'm quite a giving sort of person. I mean, last year I donated a kidney. Yeah. Of course, they wanted to know where I got it from. I know it's still warm. Keep it. I often get asked, someone asked earlier, favourite joke or rudest joke. I got asked in Liverpool last year, someone said, favourite pub joke. Someone shouted out at the end of the show. So I thought I'd end by telling you my favourite pub joke. It's quite a rude joke. I think you all knew it was going to be fairly rude. But I'll tell you, and then I'll tell you why I'm telling it. I got asked favourite pub joke in Liverpool, and so I said, I told my favourite pub joke. What's the difference between football and rape? girls don't like football. That is a textbook response, Glasgow. It's a laugh followed by a ooh. The interesting thing for me is that that's not two distinct groups of people. There's not one group laughing and another group going ooh. Those are the same people. That joke makes you a little bit schizophrenic. Because you don't choose what you laugh at. I'm sure many of you have been disgusted at what you've been laughing at this evening. But you don't choose what you laugh at. It's like a reflex. You just laugh. And then another bit of you kicks in and goes, what are you doing laughing at that? Ooh. So I told it in Liverpool. It got a laugh, and then a ooh, and then there was a pause, and a woman at the back went, I like football. Imagine that being your problem with that joke. She clearly had time to think, well, we all like it rough once in a while. He's got us there. But I also enjoy soccer. Now I'm taking a stand.
He said soccer, let's go.
Well, as I say, it's been a pleasure performing in Glasgow. I mean, the reason we did the DVD here is because it's sort of one of the best gigs of the year. I fucking love it. Thank you so much for coming out. Just a couple of...
Nobody's like, stop touching.
Just one quick thing before I go. If anyone wants an autograph or to say hello after the show or to get fingered or to have a fight, whatever you would like, I'll be down there in that corner. I'm more than happy to wait as long as it takes. Thank you so much for coming out to see me, and I'll see you all again next year. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Good night. Thank you. People with Tourette's.
Don't make some that he ends his videos with his laugh.
All right, Jodi. You usually don't like these kind of videos.
No.
What are your thoughts?
Of course, he ends it with a finger. Gosh.
If he really does stick around, though, for autographs, that's pretty cool.
That is super awesome. And how he said, I'll stay as long as it takes. Like, that is really, that's awesome.
We've had music groups, bands, artists, whatever. When I was younger, I used to go to a lot more concerts here in Vegas. They would do that if they were still new. Or
yes,
not,
only if
not
they were
too well
still,
known.
yeah. And even then, it was like, okay, it's been some time. Goodbye. We're leaving.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, but we're in line. You're just, nope, you're done. Okay, bye. Which it's I get it, but it is nice because it's giving tribute to like the people who are paying to see you, and it's showing them that you appreciate them being there. Like, thank you for supporting my living.
It's not so much for him, but for a newer artist or newer music group or newer comedian, it's actually kind of tricky in my opinion, because you're saying I'm gonna, I'm willing to stick around and get to know you guys, get to know my fans, but then you're assuming you have fans. You're assuming people like you and they actually want your autograph.
Yeah.
That'd be really lonely to be out there and like 2 people show up. Anyone else? I'll sign your thing too. No, we're good. Yeah, get home, babysitter. No, I hate when that kind of stuff happens.
That's true. Or because the people are like us and they're old and they're like, okay, it's their last song. Let's skip out really quick. Let's go. Of course, if it is an emo band, I will stay. But like the games and stuff that we go to, I'm always ready. If it's like a baseball game,
you're
4th
ready,
inning, I'm like, let's go.
2/3 in, you're ready to go. Those jokes were really funny, and I agree with what he said. Like you laugh as a reflex, and you're like, oh no, should I be laughing at that?
So bad. I just
They're hilarious though.
Give him so much credit for being willing to say some of those jokes. Like several of the dating a younger girl, like, and even though people know it's jokes, the
wrong people are like, okay,
that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And like, what if they go psycho crazy on you?
Obsessed with it.
Yes, like that.
That's what he's going for. Like this he's got some guts. Yes. All comedians have guts, just to stand up there and tell something that you made up and hope people are gonna like it. But to tell those more riskier jokes,
yes,
which I'm sure there's a lot of people here in America, because we don't represent the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
You're just 2 people who might have completely different thoughts and likes than most other people in this country. But it seems like in the UK, a lot of these comedians we watch, like the UK audience love those. I mean, you hear the cheer, like, let's go, let's get to the
they
gross
love
stuff.
that, and Americans would be so offended. Like that, I don't think
I don't know.
I think some people
I
would be
think
fine
you
with
mix
it,
up a little bit of alcohol with it. You regular, like some of the people we associate with would hate it. My mom would hate it.
Oh, your mom would lose her mind.
She'd walk out. But I don't know about. I just don't know.
She would walk out with the first cuss word.
Oh, yeah. Well, first dirty joke. If you like our reaction this way, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
Goodbye.